and today we are going to study another poem, Crossing the Bar, written by Alfred Lord Tennyson. Okay, now before starting the poem, we should know something about the poet and the poem. Alfred Lord Tennyson is one of the poets of Victorian era. The earlier poem which we have studied, The Darkling Thrush, written by Thomas Hardy, he also belonged to Victorian era, and same Alfred Lord Tennyson. He was born in England in 1809. Okay. So, and what was his purpose? What he looked into his life? He delved into eternal human questions. Delved means what? He researched into eternal human questions and offered solace. Solace means peace and inspiration to his readers. Okay. Now he was such a great poet that in 1829 he won the Chancellor's Gold Medal for the poem Timbuktu. And he was such a poet that he started writing poems from when he was just a boy. And his few of the famous poems I would tell you that are The Lady of Shalott and Ulysses. Other poems are also there, but to name the few. Okay. Then on October 6, 1892, he died and he was buried in Westminster Abbey's Poets' Corner. Okay. Now, what is the now this is something were just a few lines about the poet. Now, what is there in the poem? See, students, that every person experience something in their life. Alfred Lord Tennyson, when he was 80 years old, he was recovering from a serious illness at sea. He saw that he would die soon. The end of his life is coming soon. And it is said that this poem he wrote on the back of an envelope. Okay, and when he realized that he is going to die, and that year it was written in 1889, 3 years before he died. So, and what is there in this poem? It's a very short poem. Okay, and he has used the metaphor of a voyage to the final journey. What is that voyage? The journey from life to death. Okay. Now, and then what does the poet hopes? When he dies, he thinks that my new journey will start. And where my new journey will start? It will take me to God. So he says that he hopes that his final journey to be calm and secure, and the one that would make it possible for him to see God. He calls God in the poem as pilot who steers the ship. Okay, and he says that that journey will take me to God face to face. Okay, now then what is that? To conclude, we can say that he takes the life. He considers death as the transition. Okay, he takes it. He, rather than getting afraid of it, he considers it to be a hope there. Clear? Now we begin with the poem. The first stanza: sunset and evening star, and one clear call for me, and may there be no morning of the bar when I put out to sea. Before the explanation of this poem, keep in mind that first you have to side by side keep on making the noting down the notes there. You can note down that it is written as an elegy, 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 utilizing an extended metaphor of a sailor crossing the sandbar between the tidal area and the sea to represent a human being passing from life to existence beyond death. See, what is there in this poem? A ship is ready to sail. It has not reached into the sea. Before going into the sea, you can look into the second picture, that before going into the sea, it has to cross the sandbar. Okay, now this poem has uh, two meanings there. One is the literal meaning. Literal meaning is that the ship is ready to sail in the sea. Okay, and the other one is the allegorical meaning. Okay, what is the allegorical meaning? Allegorical means the hidden meaning in that. What is the hidden meaning in that? Is that the ship is ready to sail means what? The person has about to die, and that person new journey will start, that after his death, that it will sail again, his new journey will start or begin. Okay, now here see, come to the poem that sunset and evening star. See the word sunset. When the day is not there, the day has ended and the evening star rises. You can look into the notes here. Sunset, the literal, the allegorical meaning of sunset. Sunset, allegorical meaning, symbolism of nearing end of life. That means when we are about to die. And evening star rises. Evening star means that impending death. Okay, evening star is also, the literal meaning is planet Venus, planet Vision. And one clear call for me. One clear call for me. What is one clear call? Clear call means the formal announcement. The clear call is the formal announcement that the death is nearing. If we take the allegorical meaning, simple meaning is that the ship is about to ready to sail in the sea. The time is, the sun has set, the evening star is there, and when the formal announcement is made, the ship will start. Okay, and the allegorical meaning is that the sun is set means, that means we are near to the end of our life. The evening star is there, planet Vision, Venus, and the formal announcement from God, we always get a hint that death is near for me and my new journey will start there. So, what happens? This planet Venus, when the journey will start, it will act as a beacon light, BEACON, beacon light for the mariners. Who are the mariners? The sailors. Now, next, and may there be no morning of the bar when I put out to sea. See, after a formal announcement, one clear call means what? After a formal announcement, the ship will sail out of the harbor, that it will move out from the harbor, and moving out of the harbor, it will cross the sandbar, and then it will cross the sandbar and reach into the sea there. Now, then what happens? The speaker hopes for a third line, and may there be no moaning of the bar. The speaker hopes for a gentle crossing out of the harbor. What happened? The ship is heavy, it will cross the sandbar, then the sound will be produced by the bar. So he says that that sound of the bar should not be of mourning, of not of grief. Okay, so what he says that one, that for a gentle crossing out of the harbor, one, without any turbulence, without any disturbance associated with moaning of the bar. Now, what is sandbar? Sandbar is the that is that separates. Sandbar is the thing that separates the harbor from the sea. Okay, and the allegorical meaning is, the sandbar means, the allegorical meaning is, it's that sandbar acts as a boundary between life and death. Literal meaning, that the ship, if it is this side, that means the ship is here. When it will cross, it will sail out into the sea. There also it acts as a boundary, or it separates the harbor and the sea. And the allegorical meaning, it separates the life and death here. Okay, and to summarize, see the third line, the mourning, no mourning of the bar. Bar here is personified. What is personified? What is personification? When any abstract object or a thing is given the human-like qualities. See, bar is an abstract thing. Okay, bar is what? Sandbar. Sandbar is an abstract thing. How it can mourn? How it can show the grief? Okay, so that's why here the bar is given the human like qualities and said that the bar should not mourn when my journey, when I leave the harbor and move into the sea there. See, clear? Now, if we summarize this paragraph, this stanza points out at the poet's readiness to embark on a journey of no return, from where the poet will never return back. That is, the poet that his earthly stay has come to fag end. The poet here realizes in this paragraph his journey has come to an end as death seems to approach fast. As the death it appears to him that he would soon die. So he wants, he says, or he wants, he hopes that there should be no mourning when he is gone. No mourning when he is gone means nobody should show the grief, nobody should cry. Okay, now we move on to the second paragraph there. But such a tide as moving seems asleep to full forth sound and form, when that which drew from out the boundless deep turns again home. Now, when the ship has crossed the sandbar, that means left the harbor, crossed the sandbar and reaches into the sea, how it is going to move in the sea? Okay, the tide, if the tides are asleep, okay, tides are asleep means if they are silent, if they are not high tides, then it will be very difficult for the ship to sail or move into the sea. So here the poet wants, he wishes that the tide should be too full for sound and foam, okay, so that the ship could cross the harbor and enter the sea. Okay, now side by side you keep on understanding the allegorical meaning of it. You can look into the slide also. There I have written the symbolic meaning of it. What does the tide suggest here? The allegorical, simple literal meaning we have understood. If the tides are very asleep, silent, no high tides are there, so it will be very difficult for the ship to leave the harbor and move into the sea. So here the poet is wishing that the tide should be full of foam. If they are high tides, if they are flowing, so the sound will be produced. So in that case it will be easy for the ship to leave the harbor and move into the sea. Now the allegorical meaning. What does the tide suggest here? Tide suggest means, that means what? If the tide is asleep, that means difficulty will be there. If it is full, then what will happen? It means smooth and peaceful transition of the speaker from life to death. This is the allegorical meaning of the tide. That what does the poet wants? Poet wants that peaceful smoothness, okay, in his life, from when he moves from life to death. So that is why here in this line, tide is also personified. Just like in the first paragraph, the sandbar was personified, and same here, the tide is also personified and given the human like quality of being asleep. Okay, the tide is not a human being, so it is personified and given the human like quality that it should not be asleep. Okay, it should be full for sound and form. Okay, now third line here, when that which drew from out the boundless deep turns again home. So what does the speaker says here? Now the speaker refers here that to the tide. Again, this third line is also for the tide. That what happens if the tides are high when they return back? They return back means when they return back they go deep into the sea. That means what? The waves, the tides are returning back home. This is the simple literal meaning. Okay, now what does this suggest? This suggests that the speaker's soul returning to eternity just as the tide returns to the depths of the ocean. See, students, when the tides are high, they come towards the shore and they return back and they go deep into the ocean. That means they have returned back home. The allegorical meanings means same. The poet is about to die. He says that when I die, my soul will cross this sandbar, leave this harbor. My new journey will start. The journey of physical body doesn't start. The journey of the soul starts. My soul will also return to eternity the way the tide returns to the depths of the ocean here. Okay. Now here then that means what? Without any turbulence or without any disturbance. Here the thing to note is that what does the poet wish to draw your attention in this paragraph? He wants to say that the journey into death is merely a part of a cycle of birth and death. Okay. The going out is in a way returning home to the boundless deep from which the speaker, like everyone else, came. Okay. We all are physical bodies. Okay. Once we die, our soul will return back home. What we call it as a recall meaning, returning home of our soul means towards our eternity. And this is the part of nature only, that it is a part of a cycle of what? Cycle of birth and death. Okay. Now, if we summarize this paragraph, we can say that this stanza described that the poet's death, which will seem as sleep, will take him back to heaven where he came. The poet wants to convey that the journey from life to death is just a part of cycle of birth and death. Okay, right. Now we come to the third paragraph. Here, twilight and evening bell, and after that the dark, and may there be no sadness of farewell when I embark. Now, See again in this paragraph also the poet wishes something. You can see the first paragraph there. There the poet said that no mourning of the bar. That means the poet wants that the no mourning, nobody should show the grief or the sadness there when I start my journey or when I depart from this world. So here in this paragraph, third paragraph also, the poet is using the synonym here, no sadness of farewell here. So here in this stanza, just like the first stanza, where the speaker hears a clear call, okay, that is the formal announcement. He, in this paragraph, third stanza, he hears a evening bell at twilight. Evening bell at twilight. Now, what is after twilight? He knows there is nothing but the dark. And after that, the dark. See, here what does this evening bell suggest? Evening bell suggests that the death knell. Death knell, what is death knell? A traditional ringing of a bell to signal, to make people aware that someone has died. Okay, so he knows, the speaker knows that once he dies, there will be nothing else, just only the darkness. So, twilight and evening bell are the metaphors here. What are the metaphor? What is a metaphor? Metaphor is when two objects are compared without using as or like here. Now, what is twilight compared to? Twilight is compared here means to the advanced age. You remember this poem was written by Alfred Lord Tennyson when he was 80 years old and he was recovering from a very serious illness at sea, which he suffered at sea. So that means this shows what? It's compared to his advanced age here. And evening bell, what is the metaphor used here? That impending death means death may come at any time and it will definitely come. Okay, and then it is a metaphor for the advanced age and impending death. Now the poet has sensed his end, that he may die now. So what does he hope now? What does he wishes now? He wishes that the speaker hopes for a cheerful departure. Third line you see here, and may there be no sadness of farewell. May means that is his wish here, he wants here. Okay, no sadness of farewell. No sadness means of farewell. When somebody dies in our family, everybody cries or shows the sadness or the grief and all. So he says that no sadness, rather there should be a cheerful departure of me. When he embarks, embarks means that when he starts his new journey. This is the literal meaning that he is starting a new journey. But the allegorical meaning, what is the allegorical meaning? When he starts his new journey into the sea, that means from life to death. Okay, see students, that we human beings think that once we die our journey has stopped or has come to an end. But the speaker says that our journey never stops. Once we die, after death, our new journey, new beginning, rather there is a new beginning of the journey of our soul. Okay, so if we summarize here that this paragraph, this stanza is parallel to the first stanza because it paraphrases the poet's intended earthly departure, sadness of farewell. which is synonymous to morning of the bar. Is it clear? Okay, and we would continue the last paragraph and discuss about the critical appreciation, the themes, and some cross references. As we are studying for ISC, there for your long answers to score well, if you mention certain cross references whenever they ask your perspective or to critically analyze anything, you need to know certain things there. So we would continue it in the next session, next part.